I have decided to change the syllabus for the rest of this term. So our program for next week's will be different from what was supposed to be. We need to start online classes the easy way. Both of us, you and I, we need to accommodate some time to, better exploit this new method of teaching. So we were supposed in this week to confront advanced Excel, pivot tables, what-if analysis, something which, I prefer to postpone. It is a bit too not so simple. It's not such a very simple thing. It requires many explanations on which would have been done on the interactive whiteboard and will be replaced by videos and questions and answers on Moodle. And so I have decided to postpone what-if analysis and pivot tables, advanced Excel, later on in this class, later on in this term. I think it is best to start with Microsoft Word. And to begin with the basics, well, we would have begun with the basics anyway. This class starts from scratch. So it's the easy way to start remote teaching by learning something you more or less probably already know, at least the basics. If you don't, you are welcome to learn the basics now. I believe this is a better choice to let us adapt to remote teaching. I want to hear from you, particularly so during the first week, even on the rest of the time, but particularly in the first weeks, your feedback is welcome, is appreciated, and it's also a demonstration of class participation. So let me know, what do you think? How do you cope with remote teaching? How do you feel? Everything on Moodle forum, please. We can't change the fact that all classes from now on will be online classes. As usual, private issues and personal topics, do please email to me anytime you want. I will reply as soon as it's possible for me. Thank you. So let us start now the real teaching. First of all, there are useful resources online for training on Word for Windows. The best available resources are the most updated are of course the Microsoft resources. You just click on the icons on this slide and you will be taken to the Microsoft website where you will find this different videos explaining different bits of Word. That's besides what we are going to teach in this class. This is the first of a set of 5 slides that explain with Microsoft videos basic features of Word. I believe this should be more or less known to everybody. It's anyway, if you want nice, to spend a few minutes to recap what are the basics of Word. Okay, there are common features in Microsoft Word which you probably already know. It is always anyway useful to have a quick recap. There are a set of Microsoft videos for these basic tutorials. Clicking on the click for video icon on this slide, you will be taken to a Microsoft video on the very basic tasks, selecting a text, editing, insert, override, and something like that. The skills we are going to develop in Microsoft Word are basically around these 4 main topics. So one by one, each one of these topics will be the subject of a set of slides, videos, and will also be the content of your tests and homework. The first one, switches and shortcuts, are just a handy set of keys that enable a quick control of the document, and sometimes also a better understanding on the text. It's things like Control-Z for undo, Control-C copy, and Control-V paste. You should know already that, but it's worth recapping again in a very few seconds. The second point, it's document formatting. Document formatting is a serious central feature of Word. It is actually not just formatting of the test, it's a structure that we apply to the document. And we'll see that in the exercise that I'm going to do in a moment. It is not just elegance, it's managing the Word document. The third point is building blocks. There are specific things and tools that Microsoft offers for us to create a better document. Table of contents, cover pages, header, footers, and this so on and on. Four topics is sections. Sections are breaks in the document. We can divide the document in 2, 3, many sections, and so each section can be managed as an independent document. A first part can be horizontal, a second part can be vertical, and we are going to apply this in the next few slides. A toggle switch is something you all know. The light switch entering a room switches the light on and off. On Word, we have a few toggle switches which are very useful, and the next slides will list those switches. This is a first set of keyboard shortcuts or toggle switches. Control-C copies, Control-V paste, Control-Z undo. Control-F1 might be of interest because it shows and hides the ribbon, the set of groups of comments which is on the top of the screen. Sometimes you want to hide the ribbon, like in Excel we do sometimes, because we want more space on the screen. That's Control F1. Shift F3 on text in Word toggles caps. It goes from all small caps to all capital to all first letter capital. Two switches. Caps lock is nasty switch. If you keep cap locks off and you type looking at the keyboard, then you look at the screen and everything is in capital letters and you have to start from scratch, or use Control F3. The second thing, the show hide switch, is very, very useful. I have a slide just for that. Please remember this symbol that you find in the paragraph section of the Home tab. It's going to be very useful when you hit in some problem. You write your Word document and you don't know why that document is behaving so weird that you don't understand why you write something in a place and it's written somewhere else. Okay, when you click Show Hide, you will see exactly what are all controls active on the document. We will look at that in the next exercise. Just remember, this is the strange symbol, and it's a very, very useful switch. I think the only one I really want you to remember. Yeah, it is mandatory that you install Office 365 on your computer. You must install the same version of Word and the same version of Excel we are working with. I'm glad to inform you that any GCU student is allowed to a free installation of Office 365. Download it from my GCU, you look at email login and then select Office 365 email. You are taken to an Outlook online page where you can select install the applications. From my GCU, you will be taken to this page. Click Excel, click Word. You can install only these two apps. You can install the whole Office if you want, but you please do install Office in your on your computer. We will now leave 10 minutes for you to be able to verify that you have Office 365 installed on your computer, or you download from my GCU.